Here's Saturn's secret. If you dropped it into Sydney Harbour, it would float like foam. Its icy rings, 280,000 kilometres wide, were born just 100 million years ago, younger than dinosaur fossils. Inside, you could fit 760 Earths, so buckle up. Today we're diving straight into the most dazzling planet of all, Saturn. When people think of Saturn, the first image that pops into their heads is usually those stunning rings. And you'd be absolutely right. That's Saturn's trademark feature. The name Saturn comes from the Roman god of agriculture. It's not the brightest star in the night sky, but here's the cool part. With just a small telescope, you can actually see those incredible rings yourself. That's what makes Saturn so instantly recognizable. And it's all thanks to its absolutely massive size. So just how big is this beast? Earth's diameter? About 12,742 kilometers. Saturn? Around 120,000 kilometers. That's 9 times wider than Earth. Here's the mind-blowing part. Saturn's volume could fit about 760 Earths inside it. But here's the real kicker. Despite being absolutely enormous, Saturn's mass is only about 95 times that of Earth. Why? Because Saturn is ridiculously light for its size. Its average density is just 0.687 grams per cubic centimeter. It's actually lighter than water. If you had a swimming pool big enough, which you don't, unless you own half of Queensland, Saturn would float like a cork. Of course, that pool would instantly freeze solid since Saturn's average surface temperature is a bone-chilling minus 139 degrees Celsius. At 1.43 billion kilometers from the Sun, that's 9.5 times farther than Earth. It's no wonder Saturn is such a frigid world. Like Jupiter, Saturn is a gas giant. It's made mostly of hydrogen and helium, basically the same stuff as the Sun. Beneath that thick atmosphere lies a rocky and icy core, wrapped in metallic and molecular hydrogen layers. Saturn also spins ridiculously fast. One rotation takes just 10 hours and 33 minutes, compared to Earth's 24 hours. That crazy fast spin makes Saturn bulge at the equator, turning it into a squash sphere, and it drives absolutely ferocious winds. Starweaver checked NASA data from the Voyager probes. The wind speeds near Saturn's equator hit 1,800 kilometers per hour. That's faster than a Sydney to Melbourne flight, but as wind speed. To put that in perspective, those winds are more than 10 times stronger than the most violent cyclones on Earth. Fair dinkum incredible. Now let's talk about Saturn's real showstopper, those rings. They're made from countless ice particles, rocks and dust, all orbiting the planet under its immense gravity. The rings stretch up to 280,000 kilometers wide. That's like driving from Sydney to Perth and back again. 10 times. Yet they're astonishingly thin, often just a few dozen to a few hundred meters thick. And they're not one solid ring either. They're divided into thousands of narrow bands, with gaps carved out by Saturn's moons. The most famous gap is the Cassini division, created by gravitational forces, proof that Saturn's system is anything but static. So where did these dazzling rings come from? Scientists are still debating it. One theory suggests they're the shattered remains of a moon or comet ripped apart by Saturn's gravity. Another theory says they're leftovers from the early solar system. Either way, they're not just beautiful, they're a mystery still waiting to be solved. Beyond its spectacular rings, Saturn commands a massive family of moons. Scientists have confirmed at least 146 of them. The largest is Titan, which reigns as the second biggest moon in our solar system, just behind Jupiter's Ganymede. Measuring 5,150 kilometers across, Titan is actually bigger than Mercury. What makes Titan especially fascinating is its thick atmosphere, mostly nitrogen with methane and organic compounds. It's denser than Earth's atmosphere, and its surface has lakes and rivers. Not water though, liquid methane and ethane. In many ways, Titan is the most Earth-like world beyond our own planet, but Titan isn't the only standout. Take Enceladus, for example. At barely 500 kilometers wide, it looks pretty ordinary until you get up close. In 2005, NASA's Cassini spacecraft spotted massive geysers erupting from its south pole, shooting water vapor, ice grains, and organic molecules hundreds of kilometers into space. Imagine standing on that icy surface. You'd see geysers blasting hundreds of kilometers into space. Beneath that icy shell, scientists believe there's a global ocean. That ocean, warmed by tidal forces and packed with the building blocks of life, makes Enceladus one of the most promising places in our solar system to search for alien life. Back to Saturn itself. Its atmosphere is a complex mix of hydrogen and helium, with traces of methane, ammonia, and water vapor. The atmosphere has several layers, each with different temperatures and chemistry. The most visible feature is the cloud deck, dominated by ammonia ice. These clouds create Saturn's soft yellow and tan bands, similar to Jupiter's stripes, but gentler and less vivid. Then there's Saturn's most famous atmospheric oddity, the hexagon. Discovered by Voyager in 1981, this massive six-sided jet stream circles the North Pole. Each side of the hexagon is about 13,800 kilometers long, wider than Earth itself. Scientists think it's caused by powerful polar winds and swirling vortices interacting. It's been raging for decades, possibly centuries. Saturn also brews superstorms unlike anything on Earth. Some last months, even years. In 2010, astronomers watched the Great White Spot storm erupt, stretching more than 15,000 kilometers across, basically swallowing the planet's entire northern hemisphere. Saturn's lightning is equally extreme, thousands of times more powerful than Earth's bolts, lighting up the clouds with bursts of energy visible from space. Humans have been tracking Saturn for thousands of years. Babylonian astronomers recorded its movements as early as 700 BC. Fast forward to the 1600s. Galileo, peering through one of the first telescopes, thought Saturn had ears because his optics couldn't resolve the rings properly. By 1655, Dutch astronomer Christian Huygens revealed the truth. Those ears were actually separate ring structures, and he also discovered Titan orbiting Saturn. From there, astronomers like Cassini and Herschel kept using better instruments to gradually reveal Saturn's true nature. In modern times, space exploration took our understanding to a whole new level. In 1979, Pioneer 11 became the first spacecraft to fly past Saturn. Then Voyager 1 and 2 followed, capturing incredible photos. But the real game changer came in 2004 when the Cassini probe entered Saturn's orbit for a 13-year detailed study. Cassini didn't just take stunning high-res photos of Saturn and its rings. It also studied moons like Titan and Enceladus up close, making major discoveries we'll dive into when we talk about moons later. Thanks to Cassini's close-up observations, we now understand that Saturn's rings aren't static, they're constantly changing. The rings have small moons called shepherd moons that patrol the ring edges like sheepdogs, managing the ring structure with their gravity. These moons create waves, gaps, and even drag out thin spokes in the rings, giving the whole system a dynamic, living beauty. Here's something that might surprise you. Scientists analyzing ring material discovered the rings might be much younger than we thought. Latest research suggests Saturn's rings could be only 100 million years old, maybe even less. That's downright astonishing when you think about it. When dinosaurs were roaming Earth, or when life was just evolving into mammals, Saturn's rings were just being born. This discovery completely overturns our traditional understanding of Saturn's ring history. Maybe something major happened in our solar system between 65 and 100 million years ago. Something so significant that even Earth, protected by Jupiter's gravitational shield, Saturn's influence, and the Moon's stabilizing effect, still got hammered by asteroid impacts. Beyond scientific breakthroughs, Saturn has deeply influenced human culture and imagination. Whether in ancient myths or modern sci-fi, Saturn's mysterious rings and massive presence have always sparked our curiosity. Many science fiction stories use Saturn as a backdrop for tales of human exploration, colonization, and even discovering alien life. We're now in the AI age, but Saturn exploration is just getting started. New missions are being planned, including landers for Titan to study its lakes and atmosphere. There are even ideas about drilling through Enceladus's ice shell to search directly for life. With advancing technology, we might soon unlock more secrets of Saturn and its moons, maybe even turning the Saturn system into a stepping stone for deeper space exploration. This is Cosmic Canvas, I'm Star Weaver. If you love space exploration and cosmic mysteries, hit that like button and subscribe. Next stop, Uranus, and trust me, it's a weirder world than you think. Don't miss it. See you next time. Love you all. Bye.